Carson. Transfer window's over. How relieved are you?
Well, it's of course allows you to focus again on competition. It was a bit disturbing because we were very active in people going out, people going in, and if you look at the amount of movements that we had, you will understand that it was quite disturbing a little bit because it was demanded a lot of focus and energy. And but overall, I believe that it finished well.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is the big signing that we made. Can you tell us what he will add to this Arsenal attack?
Well, he's a typical striker, you know, with a great pace and good ratio on games played and goals scored, and has a good work rate as well. And he's a team player, so overall I believe that he would... we lost some goals, you know, because we lost Sanchez, Giroud and Walcott to our goal scorers. And so he will compensate on that front.
One of the goal scorers you mentioned, Olivier Giroud, has left the club. Massively popular with the Arsenal fans. Just wondered, I'm sure you've got some words you want to say.
He's massively popular as well inside our dressing room and inside our club. And it was sad for all the players who left, it was sad to see them go. But Olivier wanted more playing time. He has not played many Premier League games, and wants as well to go to the World Cup, you know, and that's why I opened the door when Aubamayang came in for him to give him a chance to get the competition he deserves.
And finally, just wondered what your team uses ahead of the Everton game.
Yeah, Jack, who was sick, is still. I will have to assess him today. I hope he will be capable to be in the squad. He's better. He'll practice with the team today, and we see how he feels. And Aubameyang was sick as well. We have to assess him today. And apart from that, Welbeck is not completely back from injury. He's not ready.
Arsene, how difficult was it to get the deal done for Aubameyang? And why was it that you felt he was vital for the club?
It was difficult because, of course, Dortmund needed a replacement, and so we had first to agree the transfer deal with them, and after that as well wait for them to find somebody who can replace him. And that was quite a little bit a triptych deal, because we had to... Giroud went to Chelsea and Batshuayi went to Dortmund. And that's why it was very short in time and very tense until the end.
But why do you feel that he was vital to come to Arsenal?
Aubameyang? Because he, first of all, I believe that the Premier League is a challenge for every big player today. That's where everybody wants to play. We were, of course, I know him for a long time. He has played against Arsenal many times and likes the way we play football. And overall, I believe as well that he needed a new challenge, certainly. And we were the ones who could offer that to him.
There's also the prospect of him playing alongside Mkhitaryan. Are you hoping that they'll recreate the success that they had at Borussia Dortmund here?
I hope, yes, because there are players who have played together, who know each other well, had a successful period together, and we are an offensive team, you know, and that's why I hope that they can recreate that perfect understanding they had at Dortmund.
Are they both in contention to start against Everton?
Certainly Mkhitaryan will start. That's a possibility, yes. Aubameyang, I have to assess how well he is physically today and how well he feels.
What's wrong with him?
He had sickness, fever, and so he couldn't practice a lot. He started yesterday, was still not completely well, so I have to assess and see with the medical department how well and how fit he can be.
Mesut Ozil has signed a lucrative new deal. Do you feel he now has an even greater responsibility to help Arsenal secure top 4 place?
Yes, of course. He has committed his future to the club, and at the period where we are in a tricky position on that front, qualifying for the Champions League, and you expect from him that he becomes the leader and takes responsibility to lead the team to success.
You allowed Olivier Giroud to leave. Why did you allow him to go to a rival Premier League club?
As I just told you, first of all, I think ideally you want him to go to clubs who do not compete with you. But on the other hand, it was a bit linked with the Aubamayang deal as well, because and he wanted to stay. Just had a third baby, and it was very difficult on the family side to leave London for him. Always, and on the fact, I believe that we owe Olivier Giroud a lot. His commitment, his dedication to the club, and his love for the club was absolutely exceptional. And it was difficult to turn it down just because it's an opponent or competitive club.
There's been a lot of change around the club. Players in, players out, with Sanchez leaving as well. Plus, there's been a loss against Swansea. Do you feel there's been quite an emotional roller coaster this week?
It has been, because we lost a game that we should not have lost, and overall, in January was a very difficult month for us, and as much it was disappointing on the pitch side, I felt that on the transfer side it worked well for us, and that's what we have to show now on the pitch in the coming months, because we have no room for any defeats anymore, basically. So it's very important that we respond very quickly.
Theo Walcott scored twice for Everton against Leicester. Are you wary that he'll have something to prove?
Of course, but Theo Walcott played over 300 games for Arsenal, and I know I bought him when he was 16 years old, so I know how good he can be, and he will be one of the major threats going forward for Everton.
You had a very good transfer window in the end, despite all the every week us pumping you for information and trying to upset you. But do you regret maybe missing out on a defender? I mean, your top end of the pitch is very good.
Yes, because our defensive numbers are not good enough, and that's where we needed as well some possible strengthening, because we have to improve our defensive numbers. We want to go in the top 4. We have to improve our offensive numbers and defensive numbers.
Will you be going back to a back 4 now, because you've got so many offensive players in the team?
That's a possibility. I will adapt, as I told you many times, to the difficulty we face, and we'll have to see as well how the idea I have works, and how efficient it is. And but we are flexible on the organizational front. We can play in a 3, in a 4, and that can change game by game.
Mr. Ozil signing a new deal must also feel like a new signing for you.
It is, because many predicted that he will not commit and not sign for us, and overall it's good news for us. That is, when you look at the transfer market today, that the fact that he can keep a player of that caliber is of course good news, and the fact that he committed for a longer period shows as well that he will have to do that. He will have to do that as well on the pitch and lead the team.
You're criticised for letting a lot of players come to the end of their deals, but I mean, I suppose with Ozil signing a new deal, maybe others will follow, the likes of Wilshere this year, and then the 7 or 8 who are coming out of contract next year.
Yes, it's you will see that more and more, that players go to the end of a contract. I said that many times, and why? Because there's expected inflation on the wages. The demands are so high that you cannot always give in, and Sanchez example is a big one, and that doesn't mean that you do not start to extend the contracts early enough. We started a long time ago, but at the end of the day you can accept the demands or not, and that will happen more and more, especially with the level of a transfer market.
And Everton are home tomorrow. I mean, it's looking like your home form, if you are going to get into the top four, the Champions League by the top four, your home form is going to be the form which gets you there, because you've struggled away this season, but at home, apart from Man United.
Yes, I personally don't like the difference home and away. I think you're a football player. Doesn't matter too much where you play. When you play football, you play to win the game. And in my whole career, I hated that difference between home and away. That's why I'm especially unhappy with our away results, because personally for me there is no difference. When you football player, when you walk on the pitch, you don't look too much where you play. You just do what it takes to win the game.
Arsenal 8 points behind the top four, 13 games left. I mean, that is quite a big gap. Can you make that up?
It's a big gap, but if we had won at Bournemouth and Swansea would be 2 points behind, and we have to think like that, you know. I want to qualify for the Champions League through the Premier League, and it's absolutely vital that we focus on achieving that game by game now.
And as and when Aubamayang is 100% fit, do you think all four of your attacking players can play in the same team at the same time? So Ozil, Mkhitaryan, Lacazette and Aubamayang?
It's always possible. Will I do it? Maybe, I don't know. But I think it's possible, yes.
And for you, looking at so many new players, is it quite a motivation now to be working on a team that in a way is something of a new project?
Well, the motivation is first of all to win the next game, not depending too much on who plays, but the target is as well to find very quickly a balance, you know, between that allows everybody individually to express his talent.
Arsene, can I just ask you about Alex Song, who's been pictured here at the training ground? What's the situation with him?
The situation with him is he looks for a football club, and I allowed him to come in the afternoon when the training ground is available to work on his fitness, not more than that.
There's not a possibility of him coming back?
No.
Mr. Wenger, Mark from German Bild-Zeitung. You just said a few moments ago that all top stars want to play in the Premier League. They all want to come here and have this new challenge. Why do you think, or do you have a feeling that, let's say, the Bundesliga is only a step to come to a big league like Premier League?
No, for me, Bundesliga is one of the big 5 leagues, you know, but he has played for 4 or 5 years. I think if he had played in the Premier League, maybe the Bundesliga would have been a challenge for him. There's no inferiority complex that you should have in Germany. I rate highly the German Championship. I just think that it's a new challenge for him in a different league where the football is physically maybe more intense and combative, and so for him it's a good challenge. Incidentally, when you look at the 5 big leagues in Europe, you could see that the predictability, the unpredictability of a competition has gone down, because we are in December. We knew already the 4 champions of the 5 leagues, so that means that something is not right in our game, and that the huge power of some huge financial power of some clubs is distracting basically the competition.
Why is the Premier League so attractive for other players coming from different leagues? Is it just the more physical game, the top stars?
First of all, let's not be fooled by the reality. Financial attraction of the Premier League is superior to everywhere else, and that attracts the best players. And once the best players are in a country, you want to be confronted with them, and it's attractive on the competitive side. But the first, that is always linked with the economical power.
Also, in terms of the transfer window, did you get everything done you wanted?
Everything, no. But what I wanted to do, we have done, you know. But I couldn't do everything. I wanted to do more.
I mean, West Brom confirmed that there was a late bid for Johnny Evans. Was that an acknowledgement that you need to strengthen the defence? I know you've kind of already talked about it, but you didn't need someone else.
I already talked about that, and I believe that we have to find an internal solution to our defensive problems, and that's everybody putting more effort in. And but overall, I'm happy with the way things went in the transfer market.
Do you feel then the defensive thing can be solved? Is it a lack of effort? Is that the problem, or is it?
It's not a lack of effort. It's a lack of focus on in vital moments of a game, and I feel sometimes we do it well, and sometimes not. You know, and it's always difficult. For example, at Swansea, we had 75% of possession, so you always think to attack, and you forget to defend when you lose the ball, because you are so much obsessed by wanting to win the game that you forget sometimes. It's always difficult to find the balance when you have so much of the ball. And the league is divided in two now, with 25 possession to 30% possession of the ball and 70% of possession of the ball. There's two teams, two kind of league. It's a 70-30 league now, but the 70 league doesn't always win. They lose many games as well against the 30 league.
Is part of it then finding an effective holding midfielder? Because you've tried El Neni there, you've had Xhaka there. Is that still a bit of a problem for that position?
I don't want to come out on any specific names. I think it's more a team problem and responsibility problem. Take individual responsibility for your defensive role.
And just in terms of Lacazette, have you had to reassure him at all? Because
I don't reassure people because I think we are in a competitive world where you have to. We have all chosen a job that it's about competition and where you have to find for your places. You know, so it's very difficult to understand. You have to show them respect and that you rate the players, but as well they have to accept that we live in a competitive world.
It's only from the point of view that you spend a club record amount on a striker and then 6 months later you do exactly the same thing again.
Yeah. First of all, what does that mean for you?
Well, you've been playing one up traditionally, so it looks like one's coming into.
That means we can play two up as well, and one up or two up. And on the other hand, you forget as well that we lost 3 strikers. So we lost Walcott, we lost Sanchez, we lost Giroud. So you should be in a position where you can understand why I brought at least one in.
But that suggests that one of those two will play wide then? Sanchez
it suggests that you need at least two top strikers to play in the Premier League, because if one is injured, you have a problem.
Thank you.